Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered here on the FTOG server, and welcome to 2025. Now, I did release a video earlier this week, and that was recorded back in December, back on the, I think, 16th and 21st, and I had some other stuff cached up, so this is the first recording for the new year. And I didn't do a lot on the server in the last 3 weeks that I actively played because Niece the Duck Farmer was here. We had the whole holiday stuff going on, and I was playing the new, to me, Mariners class in Lord of the Rings Online and having a blast with it, as I did. But there were a few things that did happen over here. One, I got a message that a fluid container, like the stainless steel drum, if it's placed on the block below these petrol petunias, will actually consume the liquid out of here. And that's how I can get stuff that doesn't actually appear in world. Like I can't place, I'm trying to right click the fluid here from my creosote, doesn't work. But I can put it into the bucket and one of these will pick it up. Oh, and you can see it's pushing in the mana. I have put 2 full drums here. So that's 512 buckets worth of creosote. Easy to get since I've got the creosote set up. And you can see my setup here is much full. This one's completely full. These are getting close, you know, and it's done. It doesn't last very long. There are some fluids that are much more potent. And so that's a possibility to use. Let's run back to the main base building. And I'll show you off some of the other stuffs that I did. I've been trying to push the aluminum powder through, but it's really expensive power-wise to make happen. Now, I have done a bunch of that. What do I got over here? Yeah, I've got 67, almost, a whole bunch. And I've got 26 of these left here, stacks. And this has been working, but the problem is, it takes a lot of power, a lot of steam to make the power that needs. And the secret to get the steam pushing through in quantities was to have the reinforced servo with 2 of the valves to allow it to pump out. And that allows me to be fully powered up here. But this just rips through the steam really fast, which isn't so great. However, this double boiler setup, that has worked really well in keeping me going. Once this kicks on, this generates enough steam to sit there and fill this back up pretty fast, which is great. The problem though is that the creosote here runs down pretty fast. And that's why I've got the double tower here of the coke ovens, and that works great but doesn't keep up. So I made a second of these double towers of creosote, or the ovens. The bottom ones here all are doing the logs to charcoal, and then the top 2 rows, those are doing the charcoal to coke. And they all work really fast, and that makes a whole bunch of creosote. The problem though is it's not enough creosote fast enough to keep this fed between cycles of making steam. It's slightly low, so I can do like 4. I've done 4 stacks of aluminum here, and it's kept up. I'm hesitant to do more because this runs a little bit behind, and I've already blown up one of these boilers once by putting fuel in with no fluid. And so I'm afraid that if this is running and the creosote drains out 100% and this has no creosote in it, I'm hoping it won't explode. Or maybe it's just the water is what keeps it. I don't know. I don't want to actually risk that. So I'm thinking if I might have to make another set of these double ovens, move my infernal kiln here and set that up here. So these 3 sets of ovens should be enough to make creosote fast enough so that this never runs out. Even if it's running 100%, I'm hoping it would keep up. I don't know. We'll find out. But one of the things that I have noticed, let me run upstairs, is all these different machines, it's fun that there's all sorts of different machines that do different little stuff that requires, different fluids and different components. If we look at the LV stuff, tons and tons of different LV component stuff, and then there's different MV component stuffs, and the same machines, but at a higher power ratage and can do more. It's not interesting. It This level was interesting, but redoing the whole thing again, but at MV, and then redoing all of these again at HV, and the next layer and the next layer, that ceases to be interesting. And the other thing that I noticed is these need a lot of different components. And so I was making a whole bunch of motors and pumps and wires, and it never got easier to make them. Some of them were slightly cheaper, but I was still making lots and lots and lots of them. And then over here, I need to do the same thing, but for the MV components. And some of them need the LV components to make the MV components. And I'm thinking the HV, which is the next section up of machines, those are going to need MV components to make the HV components, and which will need. Yeah, you can see what I'm saying. And if you want to see how ludicrous this gets, here's the circuitry of Doom and LV, MV, HV. There's a lot of tiers, and I'm looking at that and going, that's not fun for me anymore. And I understand progression. I understand needing components to build other components, and the rabbit holes that generates. But I'd like it to at least be entertaining and fun to do. This doesn't get any easier to do. And I'll give an example. Played a pack a while back called Dungeons and Dragons and Space Shuttles. That was a linear quest pack where they changed the recipes a whole bunch. And what they ended up doing is you would push for something that would get you to the, I'll say the next age. And there I'm saying the wrong thing. But say it's a thermal foundation frame that you're looking for. And when you finally get that built, and you sit there and can make it, when you finally get it built, you can then use that frame to make a machine that can make those frames much easier. So yes, getting to the next age takes a lot of work and a lot of resources and machines and tech to get it to there. And then making more of those at that new level is much easier. And then you can build up to the next age. And, once you push through and you get that one block, you can then make machines that make getting that same block again for that higher tier machines much, much easier to do. That was fun because you got a reward for breaking into that new age. The tasks for that new age, getting those additional machines, much easier to do. I don't get that here. Once I make all the LV stuff, it's just as hard, if not harder, making the MV stuff because I need components from the LV. And I'm looking at that and going, it's just not really my cup of tea. I do love the void world here and setting up a base. I wish I could just fly so that I could easily make islands instead of platforms, because I like islands better than platforms. But this is fun. Having the overworld, having ores in veins that you mine out. I love that instead of just random strip mining or running big hole generating quarries. That's not so nice. The interactions between the mods, like the blood magic, astral sorcery, botania, and thaumcraft here, having them all interact with each other, and maybe some more components from GregTech coming into here might be more interesting. That was fun. I just wish I could progress further along, because I can't get any further with the blood magic because I need some runes here. But for the runes to happen, I need the runic altar, and for that I need to get into space so that I can get, it's far more complicated than I could do, which is a shame, because these mods are all fun. And building here has been lots of fun. It's just the GregTech side of things, the machines. Yeah, not my cup of tea. There are still people playing on the server, and we will keep the server up and running for people. As long as people are playing, we keep the servers running. When people stop playing, we'll decommission them and start up a new one. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start up on a new server on the FTOG group, and it will be open to the public, and you can join and have fun with it. One thing that I am going to do and call out, in here, I have removed all of the chunk loaded chunks, because there's no sense in keeping things loaded when I'm not going to be actively playing. I'm going to be nice. I don't need all these machines and devices and animals and whatnot running on the server when I'm not here, when I'm not playing. If I'm playing, then that's a great thing, and I love it. Anyway, that's it for me on the Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered server. It may be exactly what you're looking for, in which case, enjoy. I enjoyed the first little part, and then I realized that, and I'll say this, this is the third, fourth time, the slog through the GregTech tiers of machines isn't all that interesting to me. And that's me. It's probably a defect of me. Anyway, I've been having fun here on the server. I love the interactions. I love the stuff. I love being able to build like I did here. But I'm done with this. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, having a blast. I really have, until the holidays showed that I wasn't. And as long as I'm not having fun, it's not fun to make the videos. You don't have any fun by not seeing me having any fun, and so it's not worth doing it. So I'm going to do something different. And thanks for watching. Bye. Now I need to get to the other server. Whee!